What's up, YouTube? Angry Jackalope Rob Ricks. I'm back. I've been gone for a little bit, and there's been a little bit of, you know, where the fuck is Rob, this, that, and everything else. And I've been doing a live show, but I know a lot of folks are like, man, I don't have time to sit and listen to this motherfucker jibber jabber for a fucking hour, whatever. But I have been busy. I challenged myself. I wanted to stretch. I wanted to get going with some stuff that I had tried out. So originally I had done a book back in 2010, 2011. I wrote a book called Convergence 2012, and on the channel here I've been doing a reading on it and things of that nature, and I tried to self-publish it. And while doing that, there was a few things that I learned that were a little disconcerting and heartbreaking for me. First and foremost is motherfuckers do not like to read. Yes, they don't like to fucking read. I found that out the hard way. On Facebook, I had about, what, 500 fucking friends, and I thought to myself, well, fuck, if 10% of all my friends read this fucking book, I'll be happy, right? So I got my book out to some people, and, you know, people bought the book and whatnot, and my mom bought like 100, maybe 200 books. I swear to God, most of the money I made was from my mom. My mom, you know, she supported her kid the way most parents would, and she tried to be sneaky about it, and she'd order it with different credit cards and shit, and she'd ship it to her friends overseas or whatnot. And incidentally, overseas, I had pretty good response. I had quite a few people from like Australia, good day mate, Australia, England, Turkey of all fucking places, a few other spots that actually bought my book. So I was pretty thrilled by that aspect of the analytics data. But as far as here in the US, that was a tough motherfucking sell. So a few of my really close fucking friends got copies of the book, and most people got to chapter 5, and they fell off, which was really kind of sad, because it was after chapter 5, like chapter 7, I think, shit really picked up, started going crazy, started to get really entertaining and gonzo, okay? But, you know, the other thing was people were complaining about the language. They're like, oh, you know, this character Tim, man, he's got a fucking mouth on him, woo, woo, woo. And I was like, fuck, he's fucking drug-dealing, drug-using degenerate. Motherfuckers like that talk a certain way. They don't have colorful, soft language. They tend to use the language that I use, okay? So that was another hit, all right, against the book. But out of 500 people, I can say honestly, 4 people read it. 4 people read it. So that was less than 1% of my friends actually read it. You know? So I was like, okay. So there was a period of time where I was like, fuck. I felt really bummed out, and I was like, maybe I'm a shitty writer, maybe I suck, whatever, right? But I have fucking tons of stories. I have like 30 fucking stories rattling around in my noggin here. And so I had one day, I was sitting there, I had a fucking crazy ass dream, and I hit my boy Roy up on Facebook. I was like, dude, I had this fucking dream, blah, 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 blah. Like, I dumped literally like 5 paragraphs, or 5 pages really, of story ideas to my friend Roy. And the poor guy must have been like, all the shit coming at him. He's like, oh my fucking God, dude. So he does what any friend would do. He said, motherfucker, write a book. Write the fucking story. And I was like, you're right. So I was talking to my wife. My wife's like, yeah, you should do it, but maybe you don't put any cursing in it. And I'm like, oh, can I do it? Can I write a story without any fucking cursing in it? And I thought, shit, I don't know. That's fucking tough. That's tough. Alright, I'll do it. Challenge accepted. But I'm not going to write 1 book. I'm not going to write 2 books. I'm going to write 3 fucking books. And the reasons why. Here's the reasons why. 1, I'm not going to self-publish this shit. I learned my lesson the first time with Convergence 2012. I will not self-publish this shit. It is just an exercise in futility, heartbreak, endless fucking hours trying to promote and market it with no return on investment. None. Okay? So I'm going to get this shit published legitimately. So then the second thing I thought, as I was starting to write it, was, well shit, the average motherfucker doesn't like to read. Let me think this through. How can I make these books more enticing to the reader? So then I thought to myself, you know what? Write it like a fucking movie. Don't make a screenplay, but make it in such a way that it flows easier for your casual reader, okay? So that they can pick it up and then it has, boom, action just comes right out. It just starts, right? Start to finish, it's in there, right? But then I said also, I gotta have something that's gonna really fucking trip them out, right? Some gotchas in there, okay? So I set out to write. Now I told myself, and I think here's the date that I actually started writing, and then I finished it. Okay, so I finished all 3 books. Now, I didn't finish my reasons why I'm not going to self-publish and everything else. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find a literary agent, because if you want to get in touch with the big publishing houses, they don't take submissions. Okay, you have to have an agent, and the agent will go and get you through the gates. You know, they are the keys to the gatekeepers. It's kind of like that scene in Ghostbusters. Are you the key master? No. Close the door. Knock, knock, knock. Are you the key master? Yes. Right? So, I'm going to get me an agent. And then I was like, fuck, I can't write just one book. Because if I write one book, everybody writes one fucking book. Okay? And they try their best and they get disenfranchised and they go, fuck this shit. And they stop. Okay? That's what happened with me with Convergence 2012. So I'm like, okay. With Magic Really Sucks as a series, if I get 3 done, I get a full trilogy done, and I build in story arcs that I can continue into other trilogies and also create a mythology that will carry into my other novels, I think that's going to be a good formula and will increase my chance of success. So, I wrote 3 books. I wrote 3 of them. So, let me go ahead and grab them for you here. And I'll show you. Show you what we're working with. Okay, so the very first one, Booyah, right there, right? Magic Really Sucks, Revelation, okay? Booyah, book number 2, Magic Really Sucks, Liberation. Oh yeah, I think you see the pattern here. And book number 3, Magic Really Sucks, Redemption. And then that's all of them right there, all 3 of them. So I got my trilogy done. So now I have them. Now I go through the next phase. I had them printed out like this so that way I'm not looking at the screen, making the same mistakes and seeing the same things over and over and over again, and not being able to edit it right. Something about having it in book format makes it easier for me to do my edits. I learned that when I was working on Convergence 2012. Now, the second thing I did, as I was writing, I invited certain people that I knew were voracious fucking readers. Okay? So my cousin Tammy, salute you, you fucking awesome woman, you. My friend Taylor, and one of the longtime viewers and friends of the channel, part of the Jackalope crew, Magic. Magic Ghost is a real good friend of mine that I met through this, all this right here. And my daughter, Miley, who does not like to fucking read, okay? So I wrote the first book and I had them in binders. And I was sending PDFs to my friends and they were reading, okay? Now, Tammy has read thousands of books, voracious reader. Same thing with Taylor. Taylor is voracious, but she's Harry Potter, okay? Tammy's more all kinds of stuff. She reads all kinds of different shit, okay? And I don't even know what Magic's into. I think he reads a lot of the prepper style things, stories about EMPs, blackouts, post-apocalyptic shit, blah, 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 blah. So, in any event, they were my litmus test. My very first shot out there to see what people thought. These were raw dumps. These are not final edits. They were fucking filled with errors, typos, things of that nature. But it didn't matter to them. The formula that I came up with, they liked. They liked a lot. My daughter Miley hates reading, period. She is the perfect example of the non-reading person. And she read it and she loved it. So I was very thrilled by that. So I got this first trilogy done. I had given myself a timeline of how long it was going to take for me to do these, right? And I exceeded them. Even with the move, even with all the madness of trying to get my day job's website up and the ticket system stuff that I'm working on with them and the development overseas, you know, all the craziness going on, okay? Even with all of that stuff happening, got it done. And I'm working on a fourth book right now called The Sordid Adventures of ᶠᶸᶜᵏ and Jizzy J. Oh my fucking God. You know you love that fucking title. That also came to me in a dream. I fucking dreamed of ᶠᶸᶜᵏ. Okay? The very first chapter of that book is the dream that I had. And I woke up, I grabbed my phone, I put in ᶠᶸᶜᵏ because the name, I was like, oh my God, that fucking name is fucking awesome. That one is not going to be kid friendly. This right here, even though it deals with some crazy stuff, there is very, 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 very minimum cursing. There's no F-bombs. I think the word ass is in there maybe 3 or 4 times, and I think the word bitch is in there twice. So for me, Rob Ricks, the Angry Jackalope, that's fucking amazing. Now, in contrast, The Sordid Adventures of ᶠᶸᶜᵏ and Jizzy J, the very first word in the story is fuck. Fuck you. That's how it starts. Boom, right there. So motherfuckers know. That story is all Rob Ricks. This is also Rob Ricks, but this is really me kind of stretching and pushing my boundaries into different areas. Now the cool thing is, I've got 2 trilogies planned for Magic Really Sucks. I've got 3 one-offs for Magic Really Sucks. One for a character named Valk, another one for a character named Sparkles, and a 3rd final book for a character named Pinocchio. So it'll be really cool when all 9 of those stories are done. So game plan is this. I get the Magic Really Sucks, The Sordid Adventures of ᶠᶸᵏ and Jizzy J done. I get them edited. I edit them one more time, get the polish, continuity, things of that nature in there. And then come the new year, I start reaching out to agents, start trying to find some agents and stuff, and play the game, because the whole publishing game is all about following protocol. Here is the synopsis of the story. Here is the breakdown. Here's the chapter summaries. Here's the solicitation letter. This is why I think my story is interesting. It's like finding, I read something that said, finding an agent is like trying to find your soulmate. Because this person has to have a rapport with you, has to feel your vibe, has to be able to package up all the energy and excitement that is your work, and then be able to go out and represent it so that they can get it placed. Because they don't get paid until they get your shit out there, right? So they want to get your stuff out there, and you want to find somebody that feels you, understands you, moves with you, grooves with you, knows why you do what you do, right? Then when you find that person, and they can help you go open the other gates, that's when the fun begins. And the crazy thing is, it takes 1 year to 2 years once something's been accepted before it actually hits the streets. So by the time this trilogy actually hits the market, I might be done with all 9 of them. How crazy is that? So anyway, I wanted to share with you guys one of the reasons why I've been kind of absent from making videos. I've had a lot of craziness going on. I've had some health related things, nothing really bad, but just part of being a fat ass type stuff. And I just wanted to share with you guys and let you guys know this is a huge milestone for me. Getting 3 books. 3 books done, designed, ready to rock and roll in basically, shit, I don't know. Let's see, May, June, July, August, September, October, 5 months. So in 5 months, literally half the time it took for me to write 1 book, Convergence 2012, I wrote 3 books. And I'm on my 4th book right now. So anyway, I just want to share with you guys. That's it for now. And really important, it's not like I'm bragging. This is because I'm trying to show you guys, if you put your mind to it, regardless of all the other stuff that's going on, if you set priorities and you tell yourself, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. When you do it and you finish it, it is an amazing feeling. It feels really good. And I think for a lot of people, that is something that is missing in their lives. They're, you know, they do certain things and they don't feel, they don't have that fulfillment. They don't have that struggle and then accomplishment. So I wanted to document this. I wanted to share this as I go along this journey, because this is going to be a long one. This ain't going to be no, oh yeah, he got fucking successful overnight. You know what I mean? The long time motherfuckers have been following me have seen shit that I've been doing for the last 3 years. Yeah, 3 fucking years. So by the time this shit pops off, it might be 5 years of more growth, more things that I share with you guys, and that's it. So anyway, sorry for the long video, but like I said, this was a lot I wanted to cover with you guys. I wanted to explain some things for you, and also let you know, even though I'm in an apartment, I'm trying to figure out ways to put more content, more videos, more stuff out there for you guys. I've realized I've got a lot of good stuff to share with you. The hard use stuff is going to have to be scheduled, and there might not be more than maybe 1 or 2 hard uses before the end of the year. So, but come the new year, I have a lot more stuff that's going to be planned. It's going to be put in a schedule and things of that nature. Alright? Alright guys, that's it for now. If you like it, please subscribe. Tell your friends far and wide. Until next time, motherfuckers, please be good to yourself, good to each other. Go out, live life, have some fucking adventures, challenge yourself. Set fucking goals, execute, and get the shit done. Don't fall with the excuses. Get on the bus. Ride that bitch until the wheels fall off, motherfuckers. Alright, that's it. Till next time.